Hi everybody, let's see what the upcoming weekend has in store for you. It could be about love, finances, events, trips, anything. Please subscribe and hit the bell to get notified. Let's begin. This spread is for all Earth signs. Perhaps your story is in here, but there's also a separate spread just for your sign. Timestamps should be in the description box down below. We have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Six of Pentacles clarified by the Six of Swords, and the Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Well. We got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords. Neither one of those two represent you. You're not one of them. No. You're the person in the Six of Pentacles, and I think also the person in the Nine of Swords, right? So the Queen of Cups could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. The Queen of Swords could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And you have a choice to make. For some of you, those two could be love interests. For others of you, perhaps they are two different friends, and they want you to come with them, or to go to their party, or to go to some kind of a vacation destination, or go on a road trip. Or again, a love interest. Male or female, absolutely doesn't matter. And you will have a dilemma on your hands. Earth signs, right? The Six of Pentacles could be a card of a choice, and that's exactly what I think it is. Because you see how the person standing up, standing in the middle? I think that's you. And the two people kind of sitting down, one of them is the Queen of Cups, and the other one is the Queen of Swords. And you're choosing between those two, right? The Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck, that's you, right? It's going to be a tough choice, Earth signs. And that's you kind of stressed out about this situation. But I think you will figure it out, right? The Six of Swords is clarifying the Six of Pentacles. So this is what it's all about. Either going somewhere with one of them or moving forward with one of them. Okay? And I deliberately did not clarify any of the queens. I think you will have to make up your mind on your own. You know, that's what I think the universe wants you to do. All right? Cool. Taurus, we have the Six of Cups clarified by the Hermit and the Page of Pentacles. We have the Four of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Virgo or a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. You'll be dealing with somebody from your past. Not necessarily an ex. For some of you, it is an ex. For others of you, it's just somebody from your past. Somebody from your, I don't know, childhood. Somebody you used to hang out with. Somebody you used to work with. Or something like that, right? The Six of Cups, the first card that came out, this card often plays out as a card of somebody from the past. It's also a soulmate card, but not necessarily an ex. If we were to get judgment, then yeah, that most likely would have been your ex. But the Six of Cups could be either your ex or just somebody from your past. And they want to express their love to you, Taurus, right? We got the Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck, all the way to your right. It could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, but the Knight of Cups is all about romance and love. It's the most romantic knight out of all four knights. The Knight of Cups always talks about feelings, right? Deep feelings, right? And the Six of Cups is clarified by the Hermit and the Page of Pentacles. The Hermit could be a Virgo you're dealing with, or perhaps this person, before they decided to either come back to you or reach out to you, they've gone through some kind of a thought process, right? Because the Hermit is a card of somebody who goes within, doing some soul searching, going through some kind of a thought process. The Page of Pentacles, clarifying the Hermit. So yeah, they're not just coming in to express their love, they're coming in bearing gifts. Because the Page of Pentacles often comes through as a card of something tangible, something you can touch. Right? So they're going to express their love to you and also give you something. The Page of Pentacles, and it could be anything, right? It could be tickets to a show or a game or a concert, or they may take you out to a fancy dinner and pay for it, or something like that. And what they want with you is the Four of Wands, right there in the middle. The Four of Wands is a card of a commitment or marriage, right? And some people call the Four of Wands the 1111 card. To me personally, the Four of Wands always reminds me of an actual wedding, but it is a commitment and marriage cards. The Hierophant right next to the deck is also a card of a commitment and marriage. And most importantly, that is one of your major arcana cards, Taurus, right? So that's you. on the receiving end of this offer. And what you're going to do is going to be up to you. All right? Cool. Virgo, we have Strength, clarified by the Ace of Swords. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Fool, clarified by the Chariot, and the Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with pretty much any zodiac sign. We've got 3 out of 4 elements. We're missing Earth, but you are an Earth sign, so we're not really missing anything. Right? But most zodiac signs that show up are Leo, Aries, and Cancer. So somebody here finally has the balls to ask you out, Virgo. That's as simple as it gets. And now that they're finally making their move, they're hoping for a victory. It's like this person is gonna say it's either now or never. Okay? We got Strength. The first card that came out, it could be a Leo you're dealing with, but Strength could be a card of courage, them having to finally have courage to make their move. The Ace of Swords, clarifying Strength, is a very decisive energy. Right? The Ace of Swords is a card of somebody who says, yes, I'm going to do it right now. Right? That's what I think the Ace of Swords here represents. A decision on their part to finally make a move and ask you out on a date. So speaking of dates, the Page of Cups, kind of in the middle right there, this is them asking you out on a date. Okay, and then we have the Fool, clarified by the Chariot, and we also have the Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck. All right, the Fool could be an Aries, the Chariot could be a Cancer, but both the Chariot and the Six of Wands are victory, success cards. So that's what they're hoping for, right? And the Six of Wands is also a card of attention. You definitely have this person's full and undivided attention. Right, the Fool, and it kind of looks like you will give them a shot, right? I don't see any cards suggesting you would reject them. No, quite the opposite, Virgo. With the Fool card, which is a card of, yeah, let's see what happens. Even though this is a bit of a, unlike you, Virgo, because Virgos like to plan ahead, Virgos like to have a strategy, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I always love about you, Virgos, right? You're excellent planners. But perhaps with this person, you're going to be like, oh, okay, well, you know, I'm not doing anything this weekend. Or I already did everything I had planned for this weekend. Yeah, let's go. Let's try this. Let's see what happens, right? Because I think it's like they're going to be super nice to you. That's what it kind of feels like with the Page of Cups. Because the Page of Cups is the nicest page out of all 4 pages, in my opinion. All right, so with the Fool, the Chariot, and the Six of Wands, I think you're going to give them a shot. And there's 2 victory cards. So I think they have a good chance, they have a good shot of winning you over. All right, cool. Capricorn, we have the Hangman, clarified by the Moon. We have Temperance, clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. We have the 9 of Cups, clarified by the Chariot. And we also have the 10 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a Pisces or a Sagittarius or Cancer or any zodiac sign. What's interesting about this reading, I noticed right away, is that in the beginning of this spread, we have stationary cards, cards that suggest nothing happening, or it's just somebody going through some kind of a thought process, or somebody suffering in silence, right? But then, as we move towards the right, we start getting fast cards. We got the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot. The Chariot is one of the fastest cards in the deck, and the Wheel of Fortune is a pretty speedy card. Both of those 2 cards could symbolize travel, right? Or cards of moving forward, starting a new cycle, right? So for some of you, it could be your ex who is just trying to figure out the best way to beg for forgiveness. But for others of you, if this is somebody who is new, that's what they're thinking. Perhaps they have a fear of rejection, because the Moon the Moon card could be a card of fear, right? And the Temperance card could be a card of balancing things out. Perhaps they're figuring out the best way to approach you. Perhaps they're practicing in front of a mirror, right? Or if this is your ex, then Temperance is all about healing, burying the hatchet, reconciling, getting back together. The Hangman is a card of nothing happening, right? The Hangman is a card of stagnation. The Hangman could also be a card of sacrifice. Perhaps if this is your ex and the 2 of you broke up because something that was unacceptable to you, perhaps they're coming to terms that they need to let that go, sacrifice that, because otherwise you wouldn't take him back, right? So they are going through this process with those 3 cards. And once they're done going through that process, you'll be hearing from them. The Wheel of Fortune clarifying temperance. Like I said, it could be either a card of travel or starting a new cycle or restarting a cycle if this is your ex. And the Nine of Cups is a card of wish come true. It's also a card of personal satisfaction and fulfillment. For since this is still going to be like a Thanksgiving weekend, for those of you in the United States, perhaps they want to somehow associate this with Thanksgiving, because in some tarot decks, the Nine of Cups looks like a party, right? In some tarot decks, on the Nine of Cups, there's literally a table with food on it, right? The Chariot, clarifying the Nine of Cups, could be a Cancer you're dealing with, but the Chariot is a card of going somewhere or moving forward, or, you know, having a victory. So they do hope to either win you over or win you back, or they hope to start something with you, right? And the Ten of Cups on the bottom of the deck is a card of a commitment or marriage. That's what they want with you. Or again, the Ten of Cups could be some kind of a celebration like Thanksgiving, right? But ultimately, the Ten of Cups is the happily ever after card. It's one of the best cards when it comes to emotionally fulfilling relationships or marriages. So I think you guys either are getting back together, right? It's going to be up to you. Free will is always at play, but I don't see any cards of you, you know, rejecting them. I don't. Quite the opposite, right? The Ten of Cups is the happily ever after card. That's what's on the bottom of the deck. So at least you will celebrate something over the weekend. All right? Cool. And there you have it. I hope my readings resonated with you, and if they did, I hope they make your lives better in one way or the other. Please share and subscribe and hit the bell to get notified. Thank you for watching.